rings. Thank you for joining us. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Fifth Dimension. It's the nighttime edition, as usual. Alright, for alien contact, how that will occur. I've been getting a little bit of a download here and there. Basically, I guess this would have been a better title. Humans integrating into an alien energy. Understanding the alien inside of you. Of being more fourth dimensional. It's just a slow process. So basically, I mentioned this here and there in different aspects of it. Recently, I've been connecting more to reptilian aspect of our matrix. Of not necessarily, even the reptilian. Of course, you have a major. You have an open mind of all this. Open. Really open. Even the beings that are causing difficulties here. Would like to see, they help you too. I think so. And some do, not all. Others what are you doing? But then there are others let's see where this goes. So it's a gradual process. It's a long process. Not that long, meaning maybe a year. It all depends on your integration with alien energies. Is basically adapt more of a fourth dimensional mindset. And this is something that probably takes several years, maybe 10 years. Now some people might just, you say, don't want to wait that long, and just choose to have a short life and go, go into the afterlife and go to the fourth dimension that way. But of course, also that means your mission is on here too, in the physical. But there are others that will evolve and just see things differently. I mentioned this here and there throughout the past. Obviously, there's different ways of looking at it, of describing it. But this morning, I had a reptilian integration. I looked at my feet and I saw reptilian feet. Not in the physical, but you get that vibration that there's, So I've been feeling their energies around a lot stronger to get their point of view. And this is, not to say everyone's going to have a reptilian awakening, but it's going to, everyone has their own ways of, but at least this is mine for right now. Of course, they are the ones that are pretty much running our show. Basically, it's on how you look at it, but it's pretty much the ones that are running our show. So it's might as well get to know them a little bit more by becoming one of them. Technically, not necessarily you turn into one, but you disintegrate into their energies, and it's you're tapping into their database, their way of life, and not to say you see everything, but you see what you need to see at the moment. Something around those lines. So. I do see one of the things. I saw the Matrix is working through the trees and causing the tree energies are being manipulated. You can say to create the vortex that we see. Now there's a lot of stuff on you. There's all types of ideas out there in the world. Obviously, that space isn't real. The universe isn't real. The moon. We've never been to the moon. I think we have been to the moon. I don't think they can fake everything, but we went there a little bit later or something like that. Or that's not the easiest one to tap into. There was help there, meaning that a lot of stuff most likely was filmed here because they weren't really ready as they thought they were. Let's put it that way. Something like that. And then they said something about going to the moon. All the technology was lost or something like that. Oh, we can't go to the moon anymore. Sorry. So, whatever. I think it was Buzz Aldrin said we never been there. So, it's not the easiest thing to tap into. Let's put it that way. So, connect to your own universe and the way you see things, let it see the world how you want to. It's not easy to see the world, as you can see. It's not easy to tap into everything. There's so many multiple timelines, manipulations. Create your own reality. Who cares? It's like, believe what you want to believe. That's basically it. But integrating into reptilian energies, they didn't give me a whole lot of details. Basically, now what I picked up, I got a little bit more of their insight. This world was created for reptilians to find, but not always made clear of that. Like, they wanted reptilians to come here from the beginning, but just never like put a sign outside. They didn't invite them to they kind of like did. The higher dimensions did things to attract them to come here. Of course, when the felines saw this world, it's like, oh, that looks like a world that we should have. And so they had a little bit of a scuffle there. Something like that. Didn't go on, it didn't happen exactly like that, but it wasn't pretty. That's what they're saying. So basically, it's like, for alien integration, that's probably a better term of it. I'll work on that for tomorrow. Now, what I was going to do is I was going to talk about, should we trust the Pleiadians? But I'll just say that for a different day. Or should you trust, or any being for that matter. You just have to, trust yourself and trust your own decisions. And yeah, I've talked about beings that I don't trust. Other people trust them, but I don't trust them. So there's a lot of, everyone's going to see things differently, but not everything is going to work for everyone. There are some feline energies that they might put off a good show, but like any con man, they put on a good show, but then you finally start seeing how things really are. And we haven't really connected to aliens in a physical energy just yet, but we are getting used to their vibration. There's a lot of fear there. I think it's another reason why the reptilians connected to me. A lot of people are scared of all this stuff to begin with, so why not connect to a reptilian and really scare people away? It's like, we gotta know if your people are ready or not. If you're gonna be scared of reptilian, you're gonna be scared of everything else that's out there, because it's some weirdness. Reptilian's nothing compared to what's out there. You have a talking cat, you have a talking reptilian, you got all insectoids, you got weirdness beyond your, imagine people can understand, have an idea. Talking fish people, I'm not going to throw that all at you at once, but this stuff does exist. So, you might as well get used to it. If you want to be part of the galactic universe, we have crocodiles here, we have snakes here, we have all kinds of stuff. You got used to that. Now you just gotta get used to the alien version of it, which is easier said than done. It's easier to look at a book and, oh, that's nice, or talk about a video, but not seeing them. So growing up is hard to do, as you can see, and most of humanity doesn't believe in anything. They just believe in the mind control because it's easier. That's a whole nother. Let's see here. We can tap into that. Yeah, a lot of humans here came from other slave realities. Quite a bit of them. So being part of the narrative is normal. Praying to a deity, like a Hollywood person or whoever it is, it's normal. It's different, but it's normal. It's like, they just adapt to the slavery of the world they're on, because they're not really ready to take back their own power. Well, not just yet. Not everybody's like that, but quite a few of them are. Which you be the one to connect with that. So, we have some updates here. If I can keep my mind working correctly. We have private sessions throughout the week. At the calendar, wherever that is. One had channel would be Bizarre too. You have Google Hangout, Zoom channel on your phone. I also have the phone app, the Android app, finally started working again. I don't know how long it hasn't been on, but it's back up. So it's convenience. It's But I have to make a change on it eventually. I usually try to put the audio of the videos on there, but I haven't done it in about a month or two. Maybe tomorrow, we'll see. We have I'm still on Sunday right now because I'm trying to catch up, but I'm not doing a very good job of it. Same situation here. We have other channels and viewers I do recommend. We have this Social Network, and we have Awesomeness, and that is on its way. Next issue is being completed at this time. So yeah, I've been connecting to Adam Warlock recently. I've been doing channelings with that. Yeah, it's a cartoon character basically. Not really, but to put it for us, it basically it's like my alien higher dimensional self. So I can integrate with that energy pretty easily. There is chaos there. Well, there's a little bit of everything there. The idea is to end conflict on this world. Of course, a lot of people feel like there is no conflict. They call it normal. Yeah, man, if that's normal, if this place is normal to you, that's a real twisted version of normal. But soul growth, yeah. I know when I see spiritual teachers that are saying, "Oh, this world's great," really, is it? So if your bank account is zero, you're living on the street for like a couple of years, and you have kids. How's that going for you? You're gonna be okay with that? Probably not. So it's easy for them to say, and especially when your health declines, you have no money for that. Obviously, you connect to the spirit world and all that, but nothing works. It's like, oh, you're enjoying your trip here. Of course, that's one way of looking at it, but it is the truth or true reality for many people here. And not to say you're here to save the world or anything, but to heal the conflict as needed. If you want to deal with your conflict, that's fine. But if you want to, I don't know. It's like some in the spiritual community or teachers, they live in a bubble too. And I'd say everybody lives in a bubble, but some do get disconnected from reality. I think some of them really get disconnected from it. Yeah, it just seems that way. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think some of them do. They just sort of live in their bubble world, and this is my reality. Other people join it, and they don't really go anywhere. Just sort of fly around, and that's fun. So let's see. For reptilian connections here, from what I can feel, the reptilians earned this world. Now remember, everybody has their own way of looking at things. But this world was many things before it turned into Paradise Island it is today. It had many civilizations before it. I feel like 1,000 of them. Try to wrap that around your mind. That we're not humanoid, or maybe they actually probably were. I mean, if you have that many, it's like fuck. Either way, when it became more of what it is today, at least in its form, however you want to look at that, but there's different ways of looking at that. But either way, in our current state, in the past, when you had dinosaurs, or before even dinosaurs got here, it was like during its 1,000 lifetime versions of it, whatever, in between its past and now, it was attracting energies to learn from. So I have all these different civilizations, and reptilian was always a fascinating one. It was one that hasn't not been fully explored. This is what I'm getting from them. And they want to take it to a new level. Now, is this a higher level or lower level? That's up to you. Well, it's like the human and the reptilian have not always gotten along very well for various reasons. So why not put them both together and cause, I want to say chaos, but whatever happens, we're going to integrate them both into each other's vibration. We're going to find a way to get them two on the same world where they have to make peace with each other. Now, it's just not just reptilian, but reptilian's a major one. Archon's involved with it. Other beings are involved. You know, other people are connected to beings I've never heard of. Like, that's fine. I'm gonna keep it simple. It's like connect to all this nonsense that's out there. It's like I can't connect to everything. Well, I'm already trying to get through this as it is. You know, alien species number 1, alien species number 2, alien species number 3. We're just gonna keep it simple. We're not even gonna call it reptilian anymore. We're just call it, you know, alien 101, alien 102, and just anyway. I digress. But either way, at least as a version they're giving me is basically, it's like the human species can learn from a reptilian way and kind of like make it to a prison world. So you really have to, where you can really learn from them. Obviously, there are other worlds, but not like this. Similar, yeah. Obviously there's always worse somewhere, but with this combination of the way it is today, I seriously doubt anything's going to meet exactly like no world is actually the exact duplicate, or you know, this one has its own recipe of madness, you can say. So yeah, it does advance you very quickly here. That shows you their power, the reptilian power, and they basically, you can say it's a game, but it's also showing their strength. Can they keep this matrix going? Can they keep it? Can they keep the charade going, and humans just not ever notice anything? Others have. Obviously, YouTube is helping with that. Without YouTube, I don't think we would get this far. Not to say we're that far, but you know, are we far at all? I'm not sure about that, but it's like, you know, it's their job to keep this matrix going, and it's up to us if we want to come out of it or not. You know, look at it that way. And a lot of people don't believe in this. Well, that's fine. We have a nice little torture chamber called life. We have some movies that are outdated. Hope you enjoy it. Listen to 80s music till you're 90. Go right ahead. You know, listen to the Macarena when you're 102. Go right ahead. If you want nostalgia, we got it for you. That keeps you in the Matrix. The Reptilians won and we lost. So, is it winning or losing? It's just, you know, you want to break out of this. You gotta trust yourself, believe in yourself. There's gonna be obstacles. There's gonna be people like James Randi, the skeptics, obviously, that do a lot of wizardry energy, that obviously do not say that. It's like, I don't believe in any of this stuff, but yet they use it to shut your energy down and shut down your abilities down. They can do that. So anytime you're skeptic, you gotta be careful of some of them, because some of them are there to sabotage you too. They can do it. That's what they're there for. So it's a test. It's once again another aware. So most of humanity doesn't know about its psychic abilities. It shows how lost it is. It's almost a tragedy and humorous, and it's like a nightmare. It's like, how can you guys not know about it? I guess the movie is good enough. I guess it's entertaining enough. That was the other thing about feline energies, about even Palladian energies of comfort. I mean, those are good traits. That's good energy, though. I mean, instead of just living in a reptilian world, we're all living in the mud, and looks like feel like we're in Vietnam. You know, it rains all the time. We're all losing our minds. That could happen here. Luckily, it's not. So we have comfort, which is good, but also has a double-edged sword to it, where it makes people too comfortable. And so they get used to this reality. So it's like, you know, it's a maze. Coming out of this is not simple. So it's just a little bit. It's. I wouldn't call it a game. It's a deadly game, but I don't want to call. You can call it whatever you want, but it's a soul journey, basically. And you know, we give information out there. It's your choice if you want to follow yourself, or just go back into the matrix. I'm not ready for any of this. It's up to you. I mean, you want to believe in this? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. So some of us want out, or a change, or a release, and connect to absolute bizarreness, where one day you're just I feel a lot of alien energies. Next day, it's like, oh, there's a ship. There's a bunch of reptilians, and it's like, so I guess this is alien contact now. What the fuck? Where are the pretty aliens? They didn't show up for this one. So, yeah, stuff can get, I don't know whether that's what happened, but it'd be quite a trippy moment. But those things can't exist here. It's getting used to integrating into it. It's like not everybody's ready for this, but plenty, I believe quite a few are. I mean, not like millions, but still, it's more than like 5 or 10. It's still a good deal. You just basically live your life the best you can, and you connect to just give it time. Sometimes best things aren't happening, but basically we're integrating into a new Earth energy, but also new experiences of alien contact, and not what we would expect. Not to say, I mean, I think it is possible for you to change your vibration where you can look. I'm using reptilian as an example. Where you can look like a reptilian, your eyes turn red or your face morphs a little bit. I believe that is possible. I mean, we all have shape-shifting abilities. Not to say I would go to that extent, but people have seen that here and there. So, like, if you look at somebody and you just see a glimpse of it, it's like, wait, I just saw you shapeshift. Just for a second, like I saw my feet turn into reptilian. It's not something you see really physically, but you feel the vibration of it. So, I believe that's going to strengthen over time. Let's put it that way. Now, people are connected to Yael and dragons and, Zeta, whatever it might be. Everyone integrates in their own way. You can integrate probably into several different beings. Just take one step at a time. I mean, isn't it more interesting to talk about what aliens you're connected to, what dimensions you're feeling, what realities are opening up, than like what's the status on football and baseball and what's on Netflix? Not to say there's wrong with all that, but taken to another level is where we're heading. I mean, you can keep it simple too, but I mean, those are simple things too. You're just basically connecting to your higher dimensional self. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff on YouTube, but people don't even believe there's a universe out there, which is fascinating. There's no universe; it's just a robotic simulator. I mean, when you look at the spirit world, it's a spiritual simulator, so whatever works for you, yeah, all aspects do exist, definitely. So like if you go into space, you see a whole bunch of different planets, not just the ones that you've been told about. I believe that too. So just kind of keep your open mind for sure, because all energies have a reason. Those people that are connected to, they came from, like, they don't believe in the universe exists. It came from a place where the universe does not exist. They don't believe they went to the moon. They come from a reality where nobody went to the moon. It was all these. The flat Earth come from reality where flat Earth exists, and spirit realities. Flat Earth is probably very. Yeah, there's different ways of looking at the flat Earth, but it's a belief system to break. I'm not saying it's a belief system to break through this belief system. It's another matrix energy to override this matrix energy, to show there are multi-dimensions. And that's very powerful when you think about it. So, just have an open mind to all things, because all things do exist. So, it's just, alright, let's see here. Let's see what we can pick up on. Alright, we'll connect more to the reptilian energies. Let's see what's I got. So this world was, pretty much, over its cycles. It pulled in a lot of reptilian energies to learn from it. So kind of putting human and reptilian together, and even making it as a prison, was kind of the idea in the long run. Remember, this is a long time in the making. I don't know how long, but it was long. So, I mean, all these timelines are built. Everything was kind of slowly, I mean, not all the timelines, but a good amount of, like, during Atlantis was like the early stages, like, we're going to bring all this beauty in here, and then we're going to throw it all away. eventually. It's like setting it up for destruction, setting up for failure. Because also, like we're like all these different species. We have all this DNA in ourselves. Well, we're not the only ones that have that. Other worlds have had it too, but they're in other universes. I think a lot of them went really wrong. Not to say this one's going too well either. Yeah, it's on how you look at it. Yeah. So yeah, like there's another version of, or another world that's done the same thing where mutations are constant. You imagine if you just have nothing but, you're born with nothing but mutations. I mean, technically, I guess you could say this is a mutation, but where it's just creatures being born, basically. That's interesting. Well, that's a Frankenstein reality. You're humanoid, but you're born all bizarre looking. That's what I'm getting from that one. Ouch. Yeah, no thanks. So yeah, so one in a world that's more difficult than this one. Oh, like Hollywood's also giving us a view of that. I forgot what movie it was. It was like, I don't know if it was a horror movie. I forgot what it was, but it had like a baby, but it was an adult baby. It was not pretty. I forgot what that was from. I just saw it recently, but that's what they're showing me. Yeah, just like, I guess Mars is kind of like that to a degree, not to that insanity, but Martian technologies was to basically like create nothing but freaks, basically. So yeah, something else to look forward to. I mean, yeah, Hollywood is giving us visions of not just the war, our vibrations. It helps too, but also shows us other dimensions, other realities. Even tells us that, so gives you a little bit more of an insight of it. Nice. So this place isn't so bad after all. Oh shit! Fucking being born, have a giant head and a small body, and oh no, thank you. So yeah. Yeah, I like to see the fashion shows on that one. Yeah, it's like a barren planet they're showing, kind of like a desert planet. So, yeah, the reptilians basically are helping humans get stronger to be able to handle those type of situations. There's a lot of situations that reptilians can handle that humans can't. So, that is what the integration into reptilians to be able to handle things are absolutely insane. I mean, just to realize that there are alien beings here running our show to actually improve us. People call it hell. Well, isn't it like learning how to play the drums and be the best? There's a movie about that where the guy's beating shut down all relationships. I forgot the name of it, but he's just he's playing drums and just trying to be the best. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to be the best at what, I don't know, but so we can handle things that are just insane, basically. Yeah, because reptilians have a way of just understanding the unknown than humans. Humans are still kind of figuring that out. They do, but like when you're in a stressful situation, you lose your mind. The idea is to not have that happen. Stay cool, stay strong, and get through it. A lot of reptilians already have that capability. It's kind of born with it. Of course, they have a lot of other attributes they have faults with, but they can still handle quite a bit. So we're connecting to their armor, their defense mechanism. So we're just learning how to defend ourselves in a higher dimensional in a higher dimensional level. So they're not showing ourselves, because what would be the point in that? Just because it'll take us out of our lessons here to strengthen us. If they show themselves, I mean, they will eventually, but we have to pass our tests first, which makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, just to handle, from what I'm getting, just complete. Well, you can't always imagine it, but just insanity. You already kind of see that in the movies here and there, of just apocalyptic world, dystopian world. Then again, this is a dystopian world, It's like, joke's on us. It's like, oh, you might want to re-examine your world a little bit more. So yeah, like we talk about emotion and all that. It's just a small. It's it's just I mean, other beings have emotion and all that. It's just to take the human to the next level, basically. Probably said that in different ways, but it's the truth of it. It's basically like they talk about alien energies here, and a lot of people are not ready for it. So it doesn't exist. They go back and eat. I mean, I see some of these Disney videos. It's like, how many candy bar? How many ice creams can you eat? It's like, fuck. It's like what can we eat this like mile long hot dog in 5 minutes? It's like, oh, this will evolve in year 10,000 at this rate, or I'll never evolve the way this is going. So yeah, the idea is to upgrade your energy and see these beings clearly. But also get on their ships or whatever. Of course, if you trust them, even if you don't trust them, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just like it's part of the test. So if you connect to negative beings, I mean, they can't be any worse than they are now. So they're just here to improve us and make us stronger, basically. But it comes down to, there's more to it than that, obviously. It's like we're just so busy seeing the better life somewhere in our energy field, but not realize that we are technically at the spiritual gym, working out all the time, technically. So we're at the spiritual gym to improve ourselves, to see the next level. And at this point, we're going into the next level, so of connecting with these beings, is for us, some of us at least, to take it more seriously. I believe many people are. So there's still, I believe this whole thing about aliens not being ready, I think they've been ready. It's just we're not ready, so they're not ready. Yeah, because we're not ready, so they don't need to be ready, if that makes any sense. I think they're ready, but we're not. It doesn't mean we're not getting ready. So yeah, it's no real. It's something that integrates. It takes a while to connect more into their energies, basically. Not just reptilian. I'm just using reptilian as an example. Obviously, there's other species that were involved. Yeah, you can go on and on with other species too, like with Syrian, Palladian, like with some of the Syrian energies. They've been through this before too, but failed. Here and there, they've had tests similar to this, not to this extent, but they failed, destroyed their worlds and all that. So they've been through things like this. That's another reason why they're here, to give it another shot. There's more to it than that. There's obviously a whole another history out there we don't know about. It's all kinds of histories. But it feels like with the Syrians, they've been through these type of things. Now, they have other worlds that have made it, but it's nowhere near to this extent of manipulation. So now understand too, there are also reptilian worlds where Palladians are manipulating their planet and doing the same thing, not to this extent, but still, they're not aware there's Palladians or Syrians that are causing mischief there too. So it's everybody has to have their own taste of self-improvement, you can call it. So this is like, this world is a self-improvement from hell, basically. The hell regime, you sweat it out, you get stronger. It takes a while to get used to all of this, but yeah, it's like taking more of the alien energies more seriously. Not to say people aren't right now, but you feel like you're going to another level of consciousness, so you can connect to them and feel their vibrations working through you. And just not so threatened. A lot of people are threatened by them. Obviously, there are alien beings that can't handle this at all. And it's like, see, if we can do it, you can do it too. Other beings are saying, hell no, we can't do that shit. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. So let's see here. So it's integrating to higher dimensional understanding. If you want to See, people are going about as, oh, these are negative beings and all that. Maybe, but that it is to make a peace with them and make friends with everybody. So, yeah, they might see their negative side. They do have a lot of difficulties. They have a lot of faults with them, yes. But we're learning from their faults and improving ourselves to not fall into what they fell into, whatever it might be. So, we're just getting a more, see, alien energies be seen here is not likely anytime soon. But spiritually, humans are going to develop and understand their psychic abilities and not be afraid, because they can connect to you multidimensionally, but physically, most of the human race is still in kindergarten, spiritually at least. Yeah. You just look at the mainstream media. Now, yeah, there's a lot of massive manipulation here. Well, they do. Now, people are going to look at this differently, but the manipulations here, once again, is here to make you stronger and to handle more. You know, it's like the manipulation is actually strengthened itself more than anything, because we're coming out of it too. If you're ready for it. So we're actually coming out of them. We're slowly coming out. Now, I'm not sure when that out of the matrix is going to happen exactly. But at least spiritually, you'll know you're breaking through. And that's a big deal. If you believe it or not, it's up to you. But people, just gotta ride with the vibration. So trust yourself. Yeah, it's we're bringing in new ways of looking at things. It's not something you just jump right into. You slowly evolve into. When they created the car in the beginning, people were like, "What the hell do you need that for? I got a perfectly good horse here." So, things don't evolve quickly. Not something like this. When humans integrate to alien energies, that's something you just hey, a couple of years, we're in a new Earth. Like, it's like, yeah, it's probably 1,000-year integration when you think about it. But it doesn't mean we'll have alien sightings. They're not being clear about that, but definitely we are opening up to new realms of understanding. Let's see here. Out of Morlock's energy, souls are looking more inside themselves. And what do you see? A mountain, another universe, another reality. You see several versions of you. You might not always agree with those versions of you, but it brought you here, didn't it? Because one of the other versions of you failed on another reality, another world. And only to make up for that was to come into this world to learn for them. Because many of them can't learn from their mistakes. As you see in this world, many humans make the same mistake over and over and over. But some of you come here to end that cycle. You don't realize you do this on other worlds too, where you just cannot make the right decision if your life depended on it. A lot of that's in relationships. They need to make the wrong connections in relationships all the time. Now, the more complicated the world, the more interesting it is. When everything goes right for it, everything works out, it's good. There's nothing wrong with that, but people do get bored after a while. But of course, in this reality, it is like, yes, hell on wheels, but it's done for a purpose. Many of you have been taking a break after this lifetime. But it's like, you might as well get it over now, the warnings and teachings you need, because this is the college for the higher universe. This is upper level college entry into the higher realms to be able to handle high power and not destroy yourselves or others. Because realize many beings are always talking about beings being, alien beings destroying other beings, destroying their souls and all of that. But what about if you destroy yourself and destroy your own soul? Which does happen. The idea is to have a lot of power for good, but not to do that to yourself. Because many souls have done that. And realize also, your soul is, you have many souls. You have fragments, you go on forever. So yes, that version of your soul was wiped out. But trust me, there are several others. But never that the same again, no. Depends on the reality you're connecting to. You can't rebuild that many souls. Do you rebuild? Like, for example, a soul that is Jack the Ripper. That soul is most likely not going to incarnate ever again. But the other soul is connected to other versions of that will most likely, depending, avoid. Now, they remember the nightmares and all that. They have to clear those energies to make a better version. A version that does not attempt to do those things and does good instead of darkness. So this is what you're learning. Yes, you're looking at the world in a wholly different way. But this is how your universe operates. With energy and where everything matters. Everything. On your world, you say, that doesn't matter, this matters. You're wrong, I'm right. Everything has a life somewhere. Now, some ideas are not exactly the best for society. But realize those ideas are in a reality happening that is connected to socialism. And yes, you go through the ups and downs of that. And many souls have been through that. It's like, we're not going to have that here. We've been through that in many lifetimes. You have other versions of you there happening, going through it right now. We're not going to let that happen. So another version of you can be in a very socialist timeline, telling you in a non-socialist incarnation to not fall for the tricks. Blessings to you all. Alright. Much love, everyone. And see you tomorrow. Take care.